A lot of people want to know, should I sell my house or should I hang on to it and keep it as a rental? And it's a really good question, especially right now when the interest rates are higher than they were a year ago, and most people are owning a home with a pretty decent interest rate compared to what you can get today. So in this video, I am going to cover the pros, the cons, and exactly how to do it. So guys, first of all, let's talk about how to own a rental property. And it's not terribly complicated, but there are some things to understand. And first of all, if you have a loan on the property, you need to know that there are a lot of lenders out there that don't allow a property to be rented. I believe that most landlords don't even know this, and they probably don't even ask their lender, but I need to tell you that that is a rule that most lenders have. And another thing is that you're going to need to have lived in the home for 12 months if you have a mortgage on the property. That's standard for most loans. And then number 3 is check to make sure that your HOA actually allows rentals. So let's talk about the pros or the advantages of owning a rental property. Number 1 is that the rent rates have gone up so much over the years. This graph right here, you guys, shows just how much they've climbed since 1988. Rent rates are very, very high, and people who own rental properties are doing very well right now. Also, owning real estate in general is a fantastic long-term investment. So if you don't have to sell a house in order to buy your next house, look at it as a investment. People in America rate owning real estate as like one of the best long-term investments. And, this is something that has been tried and true over and over again. There are also some tax benefits to owning real estate. You can depreciate the property. So over time, you can get tax advantages as the appreciation continues to roll out on the property. Now, let's talk about some disadvantages or cons of owning rental real estate. And this is probably not going to be a surprise to a lot of folks, but managing it takes a lot of care and it takes a lot of time and resources. So if you are not going to be living in the same city or area as the rental property, you definitely need to have a professional property management company who is going to be tasked with managing this property for you. So this is not like owning, paper assets where there's a low management involved. It's a high management, and you have to deal with people. So it's a different skill set that a lot of people don't have. Just know that when you get into real estate as a landlord, it's a completely different game. And we actually, help a lot of people sell their houses that were in this situation where they didn't really plan on being a landlord. They kind of like stumbled upon it, and maybe their first tenant was okay, and then the second tenant was a horror story, right? Where they just trashed it, they were disrespectful. That is always a risk that a landlord has, okay? So that is definitely a downside. That is something that you're never going to be completely free of if you're going to own real estate, and also be, owning real estate that people are going to be living in. So you're always going to be dealing with people in their drama, okay? So also, when you change your property from your primary residence to a rental or an income-producing residence or property, then when you go to sell, you're going to have to pay capital gains on that property, which you wouldn't have to if you had owned the property as your primary residence. So keep that in mind as well. You could, if you wanted to, do what's called a 1031 exchange, which would allow you, when you do sell it, to move the proceeds into the purchase of another income-producing property. So that is an option for you if that was something that you decided to do. So guys, I hope that was some information that was helpful for you. If you have any more questions, please reach out to us at Anthony Realtors. We would love to help you with your decision in whether or not to sell or hang on to your property as a rental.